Definitely 1,000% go on the dating apps. If you're sitting up there in America, single, depressed, you can't find a woman. What's up, y'all? This is your boy Cecil doing another video. I'll never get tired of these 60-foot trees, the mountains, the nature here. I was figuring I'll talk to you guys real quick to get another video in about dating apps. And I think 1,000% that American men should look on dating apps. I remember I was on a dating app in the United States and I was looking for women locally. And because I did the whole Colombia thing and it didn't work out. So I did it and I found that it's very difficult finding a woman in the United States that was my type. You think you can go on a Christian website and find like a good woman, and it's just more scams and more women with standards through the roof. If you have kids, they don't want to talk to you. Doesn't matter if they're Christian or not, they're still looking for the same things. They want a man who doesn't have kids. They want a man who can say that they have everything. And at the time, still, I had quite a bit of things materially. I went to this website. I'm looking to see if I can find women in the United States on this website. I'm like, okay, I'll chat with a few, see where they're at. But here's the thing, when I went on that website and I went international, I had options. I had in a week over 300 messages. And I'm just going through them and trying to figure out what's real and what's just somebody just looking to get to the States and get money and stuff like that. My intention was to find a wife. And what other guys, they use these websites just to find a hookup on vacation. And if you go on there looking for that, then that's where the problems come in. And that's why you might watch other videos and people and they say stay off the dating apps. And I'm going to say it depends on what your intention is. If your intention is to find a wife, I think it's a good idea. Definitely can find more variety, women that are accepting. This is the biggest thing about dating out of the country is accepting that you have kids and actually being more grateful. If you're like between 40 and 50 like I am, you shouldn't be looking for some young chick. If you want to seriously get into a relationship, first come to Colombia, you're gonna love you and I want to stay. So you might want to think about marriage. It just works better for getting a visa here. And that's not the reason why I'm married. But at the same time, that's just what I believe in. That's what my faith believes in, and I believe it's right. I believe that commitment is right. The one day I met my wife was Latina Cupid, and I've seen tons and tons of women. There was a lot of them that might have been my taste, but at the same time, their pictures showed, they were showing skin. If the things that they were talking about in their profile, the things that matched what I match, and I was looking for a woman of faith, and so when I connected with that, and everything's turned out really good. If you go in there looking for some woman who
I'm at university, I'm at the party, I'm going doing whatever goes.
Pay attention to the profile, because out of those 300, I decided to talk to 5. And then one was in like Venezuela, Cuba, and Colombia. And it was just like, there's just some strange disconnects. Like they have so many other people they're talking to. You can tell if they're gonna make you a priority. And you can talk to them, and if you get past 2 weeks without somebody asking for money, then maybe they're interested in you. And if you talk to them and you don't talk about getting a visa to bring them over, because there's old guys on there asking for marriage, like right away, like they did with my wife. She said that these guys were like, yeah, I'll get you a visa and all this, yada, yada. And these guys are suckers. You're getting set up. Basically married some chick who's gonna eventually bounce for the next young guy who has money in America. If you go on these apps, I totally recommend it if you're doing it for the right reason. I don't recommend it if you're just trying to get a hookup on vacation or anything like that. If you want a commitment, you will find much more action than looking in the United States for a woman. And you will get women who are sincere, and don't be afraid to look at the women who have kids because they are more serious about getting a stable life together. If you're looking for women without kids on a dating app, wouldn't recommend it. Some young, beautiful chick on a dating app who basically it's guys hollering at her all day might be just doing it for a part-time job, because there's guys that are all over the world willing to send money just to look at them, and sometimes they do favors, send naked pictures, stuff like that. I wanted to make this video because I felt like I could reach a few people out there, you know. And I do these things, I see these guys and they're so lonely and they've never took a chance to go outside the country. And it's like, man, you're about to commit suicide. What the heck are you thinking? You live in a country like USA or Europe and you're sitting up here depressed and you won't get off your butt, get a plane ticket, get a passport and go see what's out there. So the whole start of that is, I'm thinking, what I'm telling you is get on a dating app and learn the language. In 3 months would get you conversational. 6 months, you should, if you study really hard, you'll be good to go visit. So it's not like you're putting in this endless amount of time doing something that could change your life. The personal growth in finding even a chick out of the country, learning a culture, learning a language out of the country is, I'm telling you, at my age, it's the greatest thing I ever did, because you know, you get tired of the day-to-day, the normal, everybody, but when you mix cultures, you're like learning stuff about the culture, the person, learning the language together, understanding somehow. I'm gonna talk about that on another video, how faith brought me and my wife together, because both of us were sick of the dating apps and the stuff that we were dealing with. And just so you know, the one that I was actually gonna go visit in the United States got married to come to the United States, wasn't happy with the dude that she had married, and was like, yeah, eventually once I told her I was going to start dating a girl in Colombia, she said, well, I want to get out of this marriage, you know, but I need $10,000 because, you know, he paid to get me over here, and that chick was 25 without kids, and then once it was over, never heard from her again because she didn't care about nothing but getting to the next dollar. So you do have to be careful. You do got to be very careful with that. That's just some advice for you guys and some encouragement. Stop messing around with your life. Don't settle for just sitting there, because there are options. Don't be sitting there depressed. All right, guys.